Hey folks, how you doing? This is Tim Black TV. I'm your host, Tim Black. I was asked to do this story, and I'm just going to jump out here and do it because that's the kind of guy I am. Have you heard about what happened in Florida? This is horrendous. You know something? Florida, to me, it's not the place that you go to retire. It's the place that you go to expire. Okay? Let's get that right. Let's get up to speed because too much goes on in Florida. We got to start calling crazy out when crazy happens. And I see a pattern here. I've been doing this now for about 7 months, and I see a pattern with Florida. All right, so I'm sure you heard of the story by now. It's of Chad Oulson and his wife, Nicole Oulson, at a movie theater in Florida. They're going to see the movie Lone Survivor. All right. There's a guy there. His name is Curtis Reeves. Curtis Reeves was pissed because Chad was using his smartphone. He was texting during the previews of the movie. Curtis didn't like that. He told him to stop texting. They got into an argument. Chad told Mr. Reeves, hey, I'm texting my daughter's daycare. Back off. Curtis Reeves gets up. He leaves the theater. Everyone in the audience were people there. Remember, this is the previews. They thought maybe he was going to get the management. Instead, he comes back. There's more arguing. More words are exchanged. Someone threw some popcorn to Reeves. Decides to shoot Chad. He pulls his gun out to shoot Chad. Wife sees the gun. She sticks her hands out. Bullet goes through the wife's hand into the husband's chest. An off-duty police officer jumps up, removes the gun from Mr. Reeves. Chad is rushed to the hospital. He dies. Curtis Reeves was a commended officer. He got glowing reviews. In fact, he was voted officer most likely to shoot a man in a theater while texting his 3-year-old daughter's daycare provider. Come on, you can't tell me that this guy had a glowing record when he snaps like this. Now, bear in mind that Curtis Reeves is 71 years old. 71. So maybe he's at the snapping age, I don't know, snapping point. Also, what you may not know is that another witness has come forth and she says that around Christmas, she was in the movie theater and Mr. Reeves approached her about her using her phone. She was texting too and Mr. Reeves had a problem with it. So we're still looking at that. I saw that on the website. I don't know if that's factual, but that's what's being investigated. It was a reputable website. So maybe there's something to that. So it's telling me that Mr. Reeves does not like technology. He does not like technology at all. I mean, I'm pretty sure he doesn't like the Google. He doesn't like the Facebooking. He doesn't like the Instagramming. None of that shit. There's something about him and technology he's probably sitting back, these damn young people using their damn stupid mobile phones, being all communicative, doing this figgity tappity on their screens. Reeves' attorney, he tried to argue that he should be released. He said that, my client has great ties to the community. He's been a police officer. He's well liked. And this was Florida, so he was standing his ground. He was in fear. I'm tired of this fear. Everyone says they're in fear when they kill someone. And why was he in fear? He was in fear. He said he was just standing his ground. He was in fear because Chad threw popcorn at him. He was afraid he was being attacked, so he had to shoot him dead. Had to shoot him in the chest with a .38 because he was being attacked with kernels. And that's the defense. Now the judge, I got to give the judge some credit. Usually I don't give judges credit because they don't fucking deserve it. But I got to give this judge credit because this judge said she doesn't think that popcorn kernels, the force of the popcorn kernels are not enough, or the threat of imminent danger from popcorn was enough to warrant the reaction of Mr. Reeves. So thank you, Judge, for being somewhat human. Is it possible we can maybe screen people who have weapons? Maybe? I mean, come on. It's obvious that Mr. Reeves was not in a mental state or in a mental capacity that he should even own a fucking firearm if he's going to resort to doing something like this. I mean, come on. The last time I was in a movie theater and actually shot someone, it was while the movie was playing. People are saying, don't rush to judgment. Don't rush to judgment. Don't rush to judgment. He shot a man over texting during the previews of a movie because he got hit with popcorn. And you're saying, don't rush to judge this man? Fuck. I don't have to rush to judge him. He just did it for us. They're going to charge him with at least second-degree murder and give him a life sentence. That's what we're going to do with Mr. Reeves. And since he's 71 years old, that's the equivalent of 2 years. But there is a daughter who is 3. Her name is Lexi Oulson. And now she has to grow up without a father because this man decided that he really wanted to see Lone Survivor. And look, Lone Survivor wasn't even on. Curtis Reeves, may you rot in prison. May you rot in prison. May you spend the platinum of your years, because you're past the golden years, the platinum of your years spent gumming applesauce in a facility surrounded by concrete and steel. Are we going to change some of the gun laws?
No.
Because people love their guns. They love their guns more than they love other people being alive. At some point, you got to say, you know what? You love your guns too much. If you love them so much that you won't even accept the fact that there are some people who are not as stable as maybe you are. There are some people who aren't you. You can't look at life through just you, from your vantage point. You have to look at life through the eyes of the deranged, the psychotic, the snappers. And until you start doing that, we'll never solve any of these problems, and we'll have more Chad Oulsons, more Nicole Oulsons, and more Lexi Oulsons.